Bank, Battery and Tire Specialists, AFD Management, Tiki Bikini Hut, the Financial Intelligence Unit, Javon Medical Center, Cafe Channing Noel, and by Art Development.
What does disability look like? In a busy airport terminal, at the check-in counter, at security checkpoints, or even in baggage claim? Passengers with hidden disabilities often go unnoticed. Globally, 1 in 7 persons have some form of a disability. 80% of those disabilities are non-visible. In an airport environment, workers are often unaware of hidden physical, mental, or neurological disabilities that some passengers live with. This can lead to frustration and a less than ideal travel experience. So, how do we make the invisible more visible? At LPIA, we've implemented the Sunflower Lanyard program. The lanyards are visual cues for airport workers to immediately identify passengers who might need additional assistance. NAD is teaming up with the National Commission for Persons with Disabilities and key stakeholders at LPIA to launch the internationally recognized initiative. We're joining more than 180 airports and 26 countries already in the program. NAD is the first organization in the Bahamas to recognize the Sunflower Initiative. It's a way to show our continued commitment to making LPIA a safe, welcoming, and inclusive airport for all. Passengers needing to secure a free Sunflower lanyard can email sunflower@nas.bs or call 1242-397-8600. For more information, visit www.nassauLPIA.com.
You're watching the ZNS Network, the People's Station.
Coming up in the news, the Department of Environmental Planning and Protection addressing biohazard concerns at Pharmachem Technologies. Also following allegations of sexual assault by 2 Kentucky women and a level 2 travel advisory. Do tourists feel safe in this country? And the officer in charge of the Northern Bahamas shares the importance of building a safer community. The Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, starts now.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Good evening and welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. I'm Ramiko Knowles. Thank you so much for tuning in. Topping news tonight, the Kiwanis Club of Lucaya Grand Bahama held its weekly meeting at Jack Haywood High School, where they invited officers from the Urban Renewal Department along with Assistant Commissioner of Police Shanta Knowles as special guest. The newly appointed officer in charge for Grand Bahama was tasked with sharing information with those in attendance on the role of the police, specifically in regards to building safer communities and safer schools throughout Grand Bahama.
Through dialogue and partnership, we can together meet the needs of our community. One of the main jobs of the police is to prevent crimes. As the Assistant Commissioner for Northern Bahamas, that continues to be one of the roles of my office. But in order to do this, my management team and I ensures that all our divisional police stations, that is your community police stations, are staffed to the best of our ability and that officers have resources that they need to perform their duties.
ACP Knowles once served as president for the Cable Beach Kiwanis Club before relocating to Grand Bahama and also sponsored the Lucaya Club in the past. This is one of the reasons why current president of the Lucaya Club, Kenshna Williams, saw it fit to invite ACP Shanta Knowles as the guest speaker during the time.
We wanted her to share with us the things that she's doing here in Grand Bahama and how we can partner with her, the Kiwanis Club of Luqaya, in helping and serving the children of the world.
Now back to our top story. Investigations continue into the alleged sexual assault of 2 Kentucky women at Pirates Cove Zip Line and Water Park. The allegations attracting international attention amidst a Level 2 travel advisory issued by the United States Department of State for the Bahamas. While tourism officials contended that arrivals to the country remain steady, the question is, have these incidences changed the perception of guests visiting our shores? Raven Davis has the latest in this report.
The recent claim of sexual assault on Grand Bahama by 2 Kentucky women at a local events park continues to dominate international and local headlines. But Pirates Cove, the company at the center of these allegations, are adamant that while they are working with local authorities, there are some conflicting reports between footage of the guest visit on property and interviews conducted with multiple media houses. With over 7 years in operation, Pirates Cove Zipline and Water Parks Management expresses surprise at the recent allegations, emphasizing their lack of prior encounters with such issues. The team says it was taken aback when the news broke, highlighting the absence of international media outreach for comment. Now, according to the team, the immediate focus during the alleged incident was guest well-being. Upon receiving a complaint about possible drink tampering, they meticulously reviewed their 16-camera footage, finding inconsistencies in the narrative compared to the observed actions. The management team now questions how the guests knew the drugs' name and origin, as these substances are uncommon in the Bahamas. Additionally, they raise concerns about how the drugs were acquired. And despite rising concerns about the country's image due to a Level 2 travel advisory combined with this alleged incident near this beach, tourists in the vicinity unanimously expressing that they feel safe and have no worries about their security.
No concerns at all.
I feel safer here in the Bahamas than I do in America, and I'm an American citizen, to be honest with you. There's terrorism and all sorts of nonsense, and when it comes to polarized, whether it's racism or whatever, no, absolutely not.
If I was going to Nassau, I would have thought very seriously about it, but I don't seem to I've never felt unsafe or locked anything here in Freeport over where I am.
I don't have any. I've come here many times and I feel safe every time. I always really enjoy my stay. Everyone's very friendly and nice. Never even thought about it.
With a work history spanning some 15 years, Anthony Dorsett emphasizes that the recent incident at Pirates Cove is unprecedented. During his tenure, guests have typically enjoyed a good time.
And they enjoy themselves and they leave. They come safely and they leave safely, all right? And I never, but nothing like that would go on, of course, by Pirates Cove. Nothing like that never happened on this beach.
Now, the Pirates Cove management has taken a proactive stance by securing legal counsel and enlisting the support of a PR agency. They've chosen not to provide further comments at this time to avoid jeopardizing the ongoing investigation. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Raven Davis.
Now, the Royal Bahamas Police Force is collaborating closely with the FBI in this ongoing investigation. 2 Bahamian men aged 54 and 40 are still currently in police custody. Well, the Department of Environmental Planning and Protection has taken action in response to environmental concerns at Pharmachem Technologies following queries raised by Central Grand Bahama Member of Parliament. Nearly a month after the pharmaceutical company ceased operations, questions are mounting surrounding the chemicals at the manufacturing plant and whether proper procedures were followed to discard of it. Further details in this report.
As of January 12th, when they shut the power off, shut the water off, shut the nitrogen system off, the only thing that was present, or persons that was present on the site, was security officers at the gate. So obviously the chemicals were not manned. There was no one there to ensure that everything was kept under control.
Following the closure of Pharmachem Technologies nearly a month ago, where over 100 employees were relieved of their duties, concerns regarding environmental health are escalating, particularly surrounding the chemicals present at the manufacturing hub. Member of Parliament Iram Lewis, representing Central Grand Bahama, acknowledging that he has received reports about the biohazardous conditions that are now existing at the pharmaceutical plant.
The power being shut off, there's no air conditioning system. And I was told that, advised that they need to be maintained at a certain degrees. It couldn't go over 100 degrees Celsius. And of course, fortunately, we are in the cool season.
The Department of Environmental Planning and Protection addressing concerns, noting that they have visited the site to carry out pre-arranged decommissioned site inspection. Director Rihanna Murphy disclosing their findings, noting that there is no environmental concerns.
Is that the site is completely secured. There is a health and safety manager that is still on staff who is conducting daily inspections of all of the chemicals and all of the facilities on site. We also found that there are no gases escaping into the atmosphere. There are tanks on the site, of course, and they are in temperature-controlled environments, and all of the valves have been shut off.
Further, she expresses that best managing practices are being employed, although the site remains closed. Additionally, all of the chemicals are stored in an environmentally sound manner. Tanks of all kinds are properly bunkered and have proper spill prevention infrastructure in place.
All silos are sufficiently contained and no further activities is occurring at this time. The DEPP is the agency responsible for the regulation of the movement of chemicals, as well as ensuring environmental protection is adhered to in the country, and we will continue to do our work to properly regulate the site as it goes through the liquidation process.
Now, the Minister for Grand Bahama and Parliamentary Secretary also visiting that site today. In other news, a 35-year-old resident of Mandeville Road, Hudson Estates, is in police custody after he was found in possession of a quantity of suspected marijuana. Police reports revealed that it was on Thursday, February 8th, 2024, sometime around 10:30 p.m., where officers attached to the Northern Eastern Division made a check of a business establishment on East to Sunrise Highway, where a female was found at the rear of the establishment. Officers searched the male and discovered a quantity of suspected marijuana on him. The weight and value of the suspected drugs are presently unknown. Active investigations continue into this matter. Also in news from police on the island of Abaco, police on that northern island have arrested two males, 52 and 37 of Marsh Harbor and Springtown, after they were found in possession of large quantity of dangerous drugs. The incident reportedly occurred on Thursday, February 8th, 2024 at 2:45 p.m. According to reports, the officers attached to the Marsh Harbor Police Station were on a routine patrol in the area of Murphytown, Abaco, when they observed two males in the nearby bushes acting suspiciously. Officers approached and searched the males, discovering a large quantity of suspected marijuana. The drugs weighed 10 pounds and the estimated value was $10,000. This matter remains under active investigations. Well, stay with us. There's more news straight ahead when the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, continues.
There are some things that are undeniably Bahamian. A good count salad, junkanoo, the way we worship, the way we take care of one another, all undeniably Bahamian. And right in the midst of our iconic things, places, and people is Commonwealth Bank. Increasing access, sponsoring dreams, working alongside Bahamians to increase the quality of their lives for more than 60 years. Commonwealth Bank, nothing more than being Bahamian. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
It's all about Super Bowl 58. Watch the 2024 NFL playoffs at the Pub Club Beach Bar and Grill. Multiple TV screens to catch every action. Enjoy drink specials, great food, and super giveaways. Fun kicks off at 12 p.m. Sunday, February 11. See you at the Pub Club.
It's Tech Edge Virtual Job Fair for tech professionals February 15th and 16th. Scan the code to register or visit www.techedgebahamas.com.
Spend, save, and win with Freeport Jewelers. This Valentine's Day, spend $100 or more, and everyone's a winner. Cupid's Choice discount on jewelry, watches, handbag, and designer glasses. Only at Freeport Jewelers in Port Lucaya Marketplace.
Express your love to that someone special this Valentine's Day with chocolates, teddy bears, or a card that says it all. Create a gift basket that makes a lasting impression with everything you need and more. Shop Bellevue Gifts and Supplies.
Setternet Northern Service is coming back to the what happened today?
Oh, see a shark right there.
Boys off the smell.
Yes, I got that. I checked that off.
The weather's perfect. The food's great. People are very friendly.
A week of live shows and the latest news, as well as reveal the untold narratives through the eyes of Biminites, as well as share with you why people from all over the world come to this beautiful island. Join us on February 12th through the 16th from 3 to 4 p.m. only on the ZNS Network.
There ain't no place with better diving than Bimini. We have undersea adventures right here in Bimini.
Your #1 news team covering the North. The Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Welcome back. We continue tonight with our Valentine's series, Love is in the Air. Tonight we have a special showcase just for the ladies to dress their men in the best on this special day. Our Jolanda Thompson joins us live now with the trends for this Valentine's Day. Jolanda?
Miko, many people say that clothing serves as a substitute for character. And we're here at Esquires Men Freeport, where they have tailored shirts and blazers, two-piece suit and tie, and dressy shoes. We have Tesmiko over here who's going to tell us about their upcoming 20% off Valentine's Day sale. Tesmika, tell me, what can persons expect once they come here on Saturday?
Well, it's going to be exciting Saturday, this Saturday, February 10th, because of course we're hosting our annual Chocolate and Champagne Saturday. Listen, we're offering 20% off store-wide on everything that you see in the store. So when you come in, customers come in on Saturday, they can expect a glass of champagne, chocolates, and expect to shop until you drop.
So I see you have some stuff here on the table. Tell me, what are these? And then let's talk about the prices, of course.
Of course, we have our Ice Culture watches. We have in for the men. These are under $150, and they're all 20% off. Some of them come with the matching bracelet. Okay. We have it in silver and gold. Of course, you have these watches here. You can get them gold, and you can get them silver. These are all plated jewelry, gold-plated jewelry. We have the necklaces, the chains to match them. Of course, the men's, they can change it up. Some like the thick roll, some like the smaller roll. We also have the tie sets with the couplings, and they come with pocket pieces. And listen, these are like under $40, and you're getting 20% off of it, so I can't see how you can beat it. These are nice little trinket gifts that are affordable that men can get for Valentine's.
The question, who's that over there?
That's Mr. Valentine himself, but take a look.
Hey, the Squire, you know how we do it. The best in men's wear. We got it all for you. And hey, I love fashion. So what I'm wearing right now, a red satin shirt, white dress pants, red satin shoes, and to top it off, a white sports coat. This is a sophisticated casual wear that you could find right here at Esquire. And look, my guy Joel, he's wearing a white satin shirt, red dress pants, suspender, and bow tie combo with the velvet red shoes. Doesn't he look nice? And you could find all of this right here at Esquire.
Once again, for all of the chocolates and champagne lovers, Esquires Men Freeport is where you want to be. And remember, everything is 20% off. I know I'm coming here on Saturday for my sweetie. Are you? For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Jolanda Thompson Everest.
Great report, Jolanda. Stay with us to check on sports and your local weather forecast when we return.
It's a celebration of praise for the dedication service of the Hartley E. Thompson Christian Center Sunday morning, February 11th at 11 o'clock at Freeport Gospel Chapel. Everyone is invited to attend.
Hi, I want to put some shoes on your feet.
Hi, I want to put some shoes on your feet.
I still want to put shoes on your feet.
I want to put some shoes on your feet.
And I still want to put shoes on your feet.
We still want to put shoes on your feet.
2 locations to put shoes on your feet. Downtown Freeport, and now our newest location in the Carmichael City Shopping Plaza, right behind the Walk-Up Wendy's, Carmichael Road West.
Don't miss the buy one, get one half off Valentine's Day sale going on now at Pandora, Port Lacaya. It's a Valentine's evening banquet at Cummings Young Temple, Settlers Way, February 14th at 7 p.m. Celebrate the day with delicious food, music, prizes, and surprises in a beautiful romantic setting. RSVP at 727-0045. Wine and dine your love at Ocean's Blue this Valentine's. Enjoy stuffed lobster tail or rack of lamb with amazing sides and desserts. Ocean's Blue is located at Ocean Reef and Yacht Club.
Join us for the rebroadcast of the 2024 Anthony Huck Williams Jr. Junkanoo Parade, Saturday, February 17th at 1 p.m.
Your #1 news team covering the North. Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Welcome back. Well, the top primary school girls and boys basketball teams started competition on Wednesday. Here's Shane Stubbs with your check on sports.
Happy Friday, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Shane Stubbs, and welcome to your Northern Edition Sports Check. Baseball figures to be on the up and up. Plus, a few of our best swimmers are headed for the World Aquatics Championships. But first, we get an update on the Cecil Thompson Moore McPhee Primary Basketball Tournament. Here's Jay Philippe.
Day 2 of the Cecil Thompson Moore McPhee Primary School Basketball Tournament at St. George's Gym in girls play. Temple Christian defeated Lewis Yard Primary, final score 8-4.
Back home in Nassau, we had some really shaky games, but we should have won, which we just threw away. So I think the girls actually grew up in this game here, where mentally they were able to play proper ball, pass the ball with sense and stuff like that. So I think the girls are now coming into their own in terms of playing the ball the right way.
Now in boys play, the visiting St. Francis Primary School dominated Wilbur Outing 36-22 to remain alive.
Yesterday we had a very, very shaky game. So today they played a whole lot better, just to knock the rust off.
The next game of the night was perhaps the most exciting game of the night. This game went into overtime between Freedom Baptist, the defending champions out of New Providence, and Walter Parker Primary, the runners-up this year on Grand Bahama. After a back-and-forth tussle, Walter Parker came out on top with a win 26-25.
It's a team that beat us last year in the championship, so it was good to come and get one back on them.
In other scores in boys' play, Sunland got the win against Temple Christian 16-14 to remain undefeated. The reigning local champs Bartlett Hill Primary won against Maurice Moore 28-11, and in girls' play, St. Francis and Joseph took care of Freedom Baptist 9-2, and Telios won against Freeport Primary 8-4.
And that's the scores from Day 2 of the Primary School Basketball Tournament. I'm Jay Philippe, ZNS Total Sports.
Next in sports, starting next month, Family Islands are expected to see baseball a whole lot more, with a number of tournaments slated over the coming weeks.
We will be in Long Island playing an under 10U tournament. 2 weeks later, we'll be in Abaco. That's a 11-12-year-old tournament. 2 weeks later, we'll be in Palmetto Pony Lucho.
Lastly in sports, scores from the Grand Bahama Volleyball Association. In one game in the evening, the Aces defeated Youth in Action. They dropped the first set 24-26, but pick up the following 2 sets, 25-18 and 15-10. And that is your Friday Sports Check. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Shane Stubbs. As always, be safe, be great, and have an amazing weekend.
And here is a look at tonight's weather forecast.
Tonight's weather forecast is brought to you by Royal Star Assurance.
'Cause it's so beautiful.
And don't you go away, the Bahamas Tonight. The Northern Edition is back in just a moment.
Love is in the air, and Off the Deep Edge restaurant, Peel Street, wants you and that special loved one to enjoy a scrumptious 3-course meal this Valentine's Day. For reservations, call 807-3400 or 352-1664.
You've set big goals for your future, and we can help you to achieve them. Getting that degree you've always wanted, buying your first car, making it official on a truly special day, or building a home that's your own. Big or small, share your ambitions with us, and we can help make them real.
Join us for the rebroadcast of the 2024 Anthony Huck Williams Jr. Junkanoo Parade, Saturday, February 17th at 1 p.m.
Yes, I got that. I checked that off. The weather's perfect. The food's great. People are very friendly.
A week of live shows and the latest news, as well as reveal the untold narratives through the eyes of Biminites, as well as share with you why people from all over the world come to this beautiful island. Join us on February 12th through the 16th from 3 to 4 p.m. only on the ZNS Network.
There ain't no place with better diving than Bimini. We have undersea adventures right here in Bimini.
Your #1 news team covering the North. The Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Therese Tomlinson, you are our Facebook friend of the night. We say thank you for your support. And that concludes the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. And as we end tonight's newscast, we do so with a special visit by the Assistant Commissioner of Police of the Northern Bahamas and her top team that visited with an 82-year-old Betty Pinder, resident of Pinder's Point, who celebrated her birthday today. They took her on for a seafood platter and an arrangement of flowers and a bottle of apple cider. Well done to our local force.
So we decided that we promised her that we would come back here to sing happy birthday for her, to bring her a cake, some apple cider. I was going to bring her red wine, but she said she don't drink. I know, right? Some flowers, and so my whole team is here to sing happy birthday. But we even got better than that. We got musicians who can play that for us today. So happy birthday, Mom. I know it was always yes. All of you. Are you ready?
Yeah. Hey, when you ready? Hold on, they can hit the key.
Yes, in case you want to offer, you can hear it.
1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Now that was just a few days ago. Well done from the Royal Bahamas Police Force. Stay tuned as the Bahamas Tonight continues. We hope you have a great weekend.
Coming up in the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report, a former PM's sobering view on crime. New prison pending. Goodbye to a nationalist. And in sports, GSSA Hoops Championships set. The Bahamas Tonight, the National Report, starts now.
ZNS News is brought to you by the new BTC. Fiber is here. Faster, stronger, more reliable. Together, we are unstoppable. Switch today.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Akush Lopinder, and this is the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. Thanks for tuning in. All but few of this year's homicides, the direct result of gun violence, the impact of which is far-reaching. Tonight, a local psychiatrist shares her thoughts with our Jiminita Swain.
Rising homicides have renewed the public's serious concern for gun violence, and to the point that the Davis administration has agreed it has become a public health crisis. It's a pressing issue local psychiatrist Dr. Petra Forbes believes should be closely scrutinized, particularly as it relates to the impact of those exposed to this troubling trend.
As long as you know someone who was murdered or gunned down, you fall into that group who is secondarily impacted. And what can happen to these individuals? There has been increased suicide rates, twofold in persons just from knowing someone who was gunned down. There is increased depression, post-traumatic stress disorder, and even psychosis in these individuals.
Children, Dr. Forbes stressed, also fall victims.
And in a study, 2 studies actually done by JAMA, they found that 11th and 12th graders who knew someone who was gunned down experienced generalized anxiety and panic disorders. And if you live in a neighborhood within a 4-block radius in terms of children itself, they have had increased visits to the emergency department for mental health challenges.
The greater question, what can be done to address the impact of gun violence on those who have lost a loved one to it?
So in terms of what you can do to protect your mental health, talk about it. Be honest with yourself and your children about what exactly they're feeling and what you're feeling. There are licensed professionals who are trained to help you. So if you have resulted in suicidal thoughts or depressive symptoms or those anxiety symptoms, reach out to someone and they can help and support you.
There is no quick fix, but there is something Forbes reasons the community can do.
We can train persons on the ground to assist with trauma counseling, and those persons can be guidance counselors, social workers, psychologists, even pastors, so that we have a far wide and more reaching impact to persons who have been affected.
Forbes further suggested increasing community health funding for mental health care, in addition to upping the number of clinics that offer it, as we heard just this week from Psychiatric Medical Officer Dr. Sean Knowles. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Jiminita Swain.
Now, you've heard the clarion call before. If you hear something, say something, as the life you save can be your very own. Well, today, head of the RBPF's crime unit officially launched a new and improved crime tipsters hotline to report crimes with no strings attached. LaDon Davis reports.
Our WhatsApp tip number is area code 242-376-8268.
A select team of vetted police officers are waiting on the other side of that crime tip hotline, eager to disseminate information that can assist police in solving crimes as they happen. Assistant Commissioner of Police responsible for crimes, Warren Johnson, says if you see it, report it.
It could be information on drug houses, locations of any crime you believe it's currently going on. It can be a wanted suspect, a suspicious vehicle or individual, a fight between individuals, you saw someone with a gun. Basically anything out of the ordinary.
With some 25 murders already on the record books this year, Assistant Commissioner Johnson says we're not losing the war on crime and gave these reasons to back up his claims.
Out of the 25 murders we've had, 11 have already been solved. We're right now trying to identify the location of suspects in 5 other matters, and the remaining 9 is still under active investigation, and we're getting daily a lot of information that is going to help us to clear those matters up very quickly. Our figures for 2023 indicate that overall crime throughout the Commonwealth of the Bahamas decreased by 21%, which is the lowest it's been in over 7 years, since a 26% decrease was recorded in 2016. Similarly, a quality of life offenses such as crimes against the persons, which is a proxy that measures the fear of crime, is down by 26%, which is the lowest it's been in over 10 years.
When crimes are committed, Bahamians take it upon themselves to record it rather than assist the person in distress or calling the police. Assistant Commissioner Johnson says this is outright wrong and will be dealt with.
Individuals, if they see something happening before they call the police, they'll run over to the vehicle or the person that's dying. In some cases, they're not even dead, and they'll videotape the last breath out of the individual, and they'd in the process, trample over the crime scene. So wherever spent cartridges are, evidence that the accused may have left there, they walk over it, they trample over it before the police gets there. That happens often, too many times. Like, we need to almost get to the point where when we meet them, we charge them with interfering.
But in the meantime, Johnson is once again encouraging Bahamians everywhere to utilize the new Crime Tippers hotline, 376-8268, for an immediate response. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm LaDawn Davis.
Now, related news, police issuing a bulletin for a 43-year-old suspect. Ronel Montpremier is wanted for questioning in relation to incest. The Rocky Pine Road resident, described as dark-skinned and medium-built, his height unknown. Anyone with information on Ronel Montpremier's whereabouts should contact the police at 502-9991 or 502-9975 or 9, or you can call 911. You can also download the P3 Tips app. Police are also keen on speaking to 5 murder suspects. Kieron Butler, one of them. The 26-year-old's last address listed as Banyan Avenue, South Beach. Butler's description listed as medium brown-skinned and slim build. Next up, Philip Boodle, a 27-year-old of number 27 Ida Street. He too is described as dark-skinned with slim build. No height is listed. One of the older ones is 32-year-old Michael Johnson, alias Michael Myers. Police have listed the King Street resident's complexion as medium brown. No age, date of birth, or address given for Theophilus King. Furthermore, the only description, dark brown complexion. Wiley Close off Market Street is where Rashad Paul, alias Eyes, last called home. The dark-skinned, medium-build, 5'8", 5'10" suspect is 33 years old. He's the person of interest for Homicide 7 in Mason's Addition. Information, again, on any or all of the suspects should be phoned into the Criminal Investigation Department. And once again, that number is 502-9991 or 502-9975 or 6911. Or again, you can simply download the P3 Tips app. Well, school officials taking a proactive approach to an apparent increase in the number of students vaping in schools. LaDawn Davis joins us live in studio with the story.
McCushville, 6 male students were caught red-handed vaping on a private school campus and received intense substance abuse intervention from psychiatric medical officer Dr. Sean Knowles and members of his team just last week. It's not the first time students were caught getting high on school campuses, and it's a growing trend that Dr. Knowles says has become far too common.
One particular school sent me a few of their boys who were caught vaping. And so myself and the psychologists that we have here, we were able to educate them about the dangers of vaping. I've had some who would have been brought to me in terms of having just a hallucinogenic experience where they would have ate something, some sort of edible, that caused them to start hearing voices and start freaking out, as we would say colloquially. And so when you go back into the history, you found out that they were using, substance oil. It could be just a one-time thing.
Although vaping, which contains nicotine and used with a device, is reportedly a less harmful alternative to smoking, it can cause hallucinations, memory loss, interrupt behavior and learning capabilities, and increase the risk for future addiction to other drugs. Acting Director of Education Dominique McCartney Russell confirmed that there are also significant reports of vaping in public schools. She feels more must be done to crack down on businesses selling the drug to underage users.
What is interesting, how accessible the equipment is to our children. That's interesting. And so our SROs have been quite supportive in identifying the...
It has the looks, the style, the performance. Your new car is everything you always dreamed of. Now it's here. Commonwealth Bank was happy to help put you behind the wheel with a new car loan at a competitive rate and fast, friendly approval. It's a service that just comes naturally to us, just like how love of tradition comes naturally to you. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
Since they're on sale, Max bought things neither he nor his friend really needed. Hungry for deals? Come to KFC to satisfy your hunger before doing something crazy. Our new 6-piece value deal is packed with 6 pieces of your favorite fried chicken, 3 orders of crispy fries, and 3 buttery biscuits, all for just $20. You work hard for your money. Get the biggest bang for your taste buds. Satisfy your taste buds with KFC. It's finger-licking good.
ESE Distributors, the #1 wholesale beauty supplier in the Bahamas, specializing in hair products, accessories, and makeup. A variety of skin lightening products, Keratin, Natural Bright, Pawpaw, and personal toiletries, like soaps, creams, lotion, and oils. Hair products like Got2b, Red One, and everything in the Morphos line. And lots of hair. Afro Kinky, 3X Ghana, crochet hair. We deliver and ship to the Family Islands. ESE Distributors, located on Soldier Road opposite NCA.
In the Yellow Elder Garden, Ali and her cousins listened to Grammy share tales. The 70s so sweet, with themed costumes and dancing feet. Then came the brass, reaching new heights. A symphony of Bahamian nights. The 2000s, the Yellow Elder, a symbol of pride. Grammy's legacy in view as Ali dances in her Yellow Elder costume. We are alive.
Tonight, a former leader of the country shares a sobering view on crime's especially devastating impact on the country's male youth population. Former Prime Minister Perry Christie says this demographic has been particularly scarred by the carnage.
We clearly will have to find the formula, okay, to understand why young men in particular are being weaponized by the environment in which they live. They literally become human weapons, and weapons that are not working in the best interest of the country. Challenges, whether unemployment, whether being tempted by the strength of brotherhood in terms of gangs, all of those are subject to, I think, study and examination by the country now as we speak.
Mr. Christie calling for a holistic approach to addressing the issue. The former PM introduced urban renewal during his first administration nearly 2 decades ago. He points to housing, education, and sanitation as factors that must be properly examined, but he holds out hope the government's policies will have positive results.
safe neighborhoods, meaning that the neighborhoods should be policed. All right, clean neighborhoods, meaning it should be clean. So clearly, it's a question of governance and effective governance, and putting that in place and making sure that you are responding to the needs of the people. I think that those ideas are now in play, and I have no doubt in the coming days and weeks you're going to see major activity on the part of the government of the Bahamas.
Well, former senior police officer and attorney, now Minister of Housing and Urban Renewal, the Honorable Keith Bell, a strong supporter of urban renewal as a key part of addressing many of the country's social ills. Bell recalling that when first created under the Christie administration, many young children were heavily involved in the urban renewal band, a pastime that kept them occupied and off the streets. Now that police officers have been reintegrated into the program, he believes ties they form with the community can make a difference.
This government has brought in the police back into urban renewal. And part of their role is to go into these communities and get the intelligence, get the information, find out what are the issues and concerns that we have in these communities. Each of the homicides that we're having in this country, you would note that there is a story. The unfortunate thing is that the persons who need to know, they're unaware, and as a result, the intervention mechanisms are not able to be triggered before the person dies. So we anticipate that with urban renewal, getting into these communities, changing the mindset, particularly of our young men, and working with them. What is critical with urban renewal is everybody deserves a second chance. We're not giving up on nobody at all.
Bell was speaking on the sidelines of a seminar for urban renewal staff and stakeholders at the Fox Hill Community Center Friday, expressing full confidence in the effectiveness of urban renewal.
You can use any scientific measuring stick, and you would see that, first of all, we've had a number of students who were in urban renewal. They've gotten scholarships. They've gotten musical awards. We have won international awards. We have reduced social issues and concerns in these different communities. And so, yes, it definitely is a success. No question about it.
An announcement on the construction of a new maximum security prison could come as early as next week. Acting Commissioner of Corrections Don Clare says it is of major importance for BDOCS that has on average 1,500 prisoners. Clare had hopes construction would have begun last January, but it was delayed after plans had to be downsized.
The current structure of maximum security prison was designed for punitive measures. No windows, no toilets in the cells, no bed facilities, persons sleeping on concrete floor. That's a recipe for disaster right there from the beginning. But if you want to bring a humanistic approach to this reform, we have to build facilities that has these amenities, and once we have these amenities, we can then put these persons in classes, train them, let them see psychiatrists, let them see a sociologist, and we will do our best now to actually give them the climate to excel.
He says as it stands, officials are limited in what they can do with inmates due to the limited space.
This building here housed the training for inmates and staff. We may put 25 persons in the classroom when we have over 300 persons who are trying to get into the same class. Lack of facilities. We do need a new facility, and we need it quickly and urgently. And once we get that, I can guarantee you in the next 3-4 years, you will see a drastic reduction in crime in the Bahamas.
In other news tonight, more developments underway to enhance the country's financial standing that recent International Monetary Fund report. Our Jiminita Swain tells us more about the report that signals good news for the economy.
The International Monetary Fund's latest country report reflecting much of the views outlined in its preliminary findings late 2023, and that's that the economy of the Bahamas continues to recover and grow. Sharing more on those findings was Economic Affairs Minister, Senator the Honorable Michael Alcides, who was the guest speaker at Friday's Office of the Prime Minister's weekly briefing.
14% in 2022, 4.3% last year, and forecasted at 2.3% for 2024. They also confirmed that inflation is on a downward trend since the middle of 2022, and they expect that to continue. So the growth is strong, the fiscal deficit is down, and the debt load, the percentage of debt to GDP continues to trend downwards. Strong banking sector with good liquidity, and the number of bad loans decreasing.
That, Halkida said, is also a good sign and generally a positive pitch on the local economy. Of course, the body also offered up their own recommendations.
We made several suggestions, for example, on the operation of the state-owned enterprises and the need for government to continue to seek to control their spending. We made some suggestions on the adoption of the global minimum, the OECD suggested global minimum tax, and certain other suggestions on fiscal transparency.
The Davis administration, he said, also urged to take advantage of the opportunities for climate funding and, of course, reduce the cost of borrowing, which Halkida says they're working on.
I think the IMF, again, in their report, once again suggested that we put an income tax on top earners. That's not in our contemplation at all.
Overall, the Economic Affairs Minister reasons that the IMF's report is balanced. One, officials will continue to study and apply what's advantageous to the country. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Jiminita Swain.
Well, meantime, more time needed to better gauge the public's attitude on check usage and potentially doing away with it here in the Bahamas. That conclusion following the results of a recent central bank survey.
Based on responses, cash was disclosed as the most frequently used method of payment. Just under half, or 48% of the survey's respondents indicated digital payment methods such as debit cards, credit cards, online fund transfers, or mobile wallets, compared to the 44% of persons using cash most frequently. Further, results showed the use of cash decreased as household income increased. The central bank's poll also found that just 1% of Bahamian residents used personal checks in the 6 months prior to the survey. Only 1% had used a mobile or digital wallet, and 2% of business owners used the sand dollar. As for the rate of check usage, based on the results, this was greater among older individuals, 35 years and older, as well as those disclosing higher annual household incomes. The most common items paid for via check: utilities, insurance, rent, mortgage, and professional services. Individuals with an annual income of less than $30,000 were more likely to use a check to pay for utilities. Middle-income earners for professional services, housing, insurance, and large consumer goods, and top-income earners most frequently use checks to pay rent or mortgage, small consumer goods, professional services, and entertainment. Coming out the exercise, the Steering Committee on Check Elimination and Reduction has determined that an extended timeline, that is, beyond the end of 2024, was necessary to allow the public to transition away from checks. A public education campaign has been suggested to assist with this, alongside reforms to improve access to and the efficiency of digital alternatives.
Former parliamentarian Dr. Elwood Donaldson laid to rest this morning during a state-recognized funeral at Zion Baptist Church, Shirley and East Streets. Among those paying tribute, Prime Minister the Honorable Philip Davis, who remembered Donaldson as a nationalist, truth-teller, and influential thinker long past his days in frontline politics and uncompromising in his beliefs. Donaldson, he said, will be greatly missed. Elwood Donaldson was one of the Dissident Eight and a founding member of the Free National Movement. Born in Baintown, he was educated at Meharry Medical College and returned home to work at the Princess Margaret Hospital. He was elected to Parliament for the Killarney constituency in the historic election on January 10th, 1967, as a member of the Progressive Liberal Party. Later on, he would serve as non-resident ambassador to UNESCO, as well as non-resident ambassador to Japan. Dr. Donaldson was 86. Well, we still have more news to come, but Marcellus Hall has a look at what's coming up in sports. Marcellus?
Coming up in sports for this evening, championship series are all set. As far as the government schools basketball championships are concerned, we'll tell you who's into the mix right ahead in sports.
My business couldn't survive without my credit card machine from Fidelity.
It's fast, convenient, and my clients love it.
My sales increase, and I can track my earnings.
Get your credit card machine from Fidelity today.
Call 356-7764.
Attention, all Bahamians. Our country needs your input to help shape our future, economy, and reputation. We encourage you to take part in the Made in the Bahamas survey today. This certification is a mark of quality, a symbol of our national pride, resilience, and commitment to producing superior products and services. Go online to madeinthebahamas.info. Your voice, our future. Let's make our products a symbol of our nation's greatness.
Introducing the Focal Smart Pass app that helps you to fuel up faster. Here's how it works. Download the app on the App Store or get it on Google Play and create your profile with payment details. Visit your nearest Shell station, open the app, scan the pump's QR code, select your payment amount, and begin fueling. Say goodbye to cash and cards because the Focal Smart Pass offers secure and convenient payment options right at your fingertips. Download Focal Smart Pass now and fuel up faster today.
Efforts to strengthen mental health in the school's curriculum underway. Acting Director of Education Dominique McCartney Russell says students receive some form of information about the illness in their family life class, but admits that's not enough. She says students are battling a number of unseen challenges, begging the need for more counseling and mental health programs.
We have the Family Life Committee that we would have just engaged, and one of their roles is to ensure that we take a look at the family life education curriculum and see where there are opportunities for us to really do some good work. And it's important. I attended the Youth in Parliament program where a number of our young adults spoke, and I got to listen to at least 18 young people, and the number one topic or theme in all of their speeches was mental health. Mental health, and then the second one was support for drug use. You know, and so our young people are saying to us, we do need greater support in this area.
Queen's College jam-packed year of activities as the school celebrates its 134th anniversary. Continue today with Leadership Day events. Corville Pyfrom reports tonight on how QC is making leadership a tradition.
A charge to the students from their leader on leadership at this Queen's College Leadership Day.
Search and inside yourself and see the leader that is within you, and allow the light that shines within you to shine for others to see, not just to emulate you, but to celebrate God and God's goodness through you.
Leadership has become a tradition here.
I want you to look at leadership roles, students taking charge, students giving ideas. I want you to recognize that these kids know their worth and potential.
Students admonished today by Acting Director of Education Dominique McCartney Russell, their guest speaker, to treat leadership seriously and understand that it means service.
And so first and foremost, we must love the people that we serve. We cannot lead well if we don't love people.
On this special day, the school also honoring two of its administrators as they prepare to retire at the end of this school semester. High school head Sean Turnquest and Deputy Principal Sylvia Benaby are hanging up their hats after both enjoying illustrious careers spanning more than 4 decades.
So it has been a wonderful journey, a journey that I feel blessed and privileged to have served for 43 years. And I am at the point where I am ready to say, well done, and start a new season in my life.
You know, we are privileged to be here. We have been privileged to serve here at Queen's College and indeed the entire Bahamas. And, you know, we do hope that the lessons that we have taught and the examples that we have set will stand us in good stead and will help students in the years ahead.
In its 134-year history, Queen's College has essentially become an incubator for leadership. The number of leaders that this institution has produced almost too numerous to count. count. And so the message from the acting director of education to this new generation of leaders is to lead with integrity, always do the right thing, even when it seems the most difficult to do. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Corvell Pfeiffer.
100 tablets set to be distributed to public schools throughout the country. This as the Embassy of the People's Republic of China today donated the stack of electronic devices to the Ministry of Education. The donation comes as the Bahamas and China will celebrate 27 years of diplomatic relations. Here's Chinese Ambassador to the Bahamas, Her Excellency Dai Jingli.
We understand how much the schools have gone through during the pandemic, and we know some children have been suffering as a result of their education. So we are very glad to be of some help in terms of facilitating their online learning and access to technology and to computer science and technology. So we hope with this small gesture, we would be able to demonstrate our friendship to the Ministry of Education and to the public school system.
Minister of Education, the Honorable Glenys Hanna Martin, calling the donation timely as it comes when the ministry is in the beginning stages of a major thrust to integrate technology into government schools.
We believe that in a 21st century reality, our young people must be savvy with these technical skills and be comfortable and able to, with ease, navigate technology that exists out there in the world, so that they're able not only to do well in our own country, but able to compete internationally.
Well, now time for our Student of the Week series, and here again is our Corvell Pfeiffer.
What makes a student of the week? Plenty of studying is only one ingredient.
I've learned to study without the teacher telling me to study, and to be disciplined, and to do your work.
Centerville Primary 6th grader Vernique Higgs is not only this week's student in the spotlight, but she has also won the school's Student of the Year award and has been nominated for the Bahamas Student of the Year award. She got a 3.78 GPA and insists she could do a lot better. Spanish is her favorite subject. Ay caramba! She is the deputy head girl and just an all-around great kid.
To nominate her for the Bahamas Student of the Year was awesome. She represents us all over this country.
Vernique is also an amazing singer who sees her name in the marquee on Broadway clear in her future.
What you have to do if you want to be like Student of the Year or Deputy Head Girl or Head Girl, you have to have a good attitude.
You heard her voice already, an excellent singer, and so keep that name in mind. We will be seeing her on Broadway because that's a goal that she has, and she's an excellent example to her peers and to this school of what hard work, diligence, and commitment look like. And so we're definitely proud of Vernique.
And we are proud of Vernique as well.
I will be free.
For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Corvell Pfeiffer.
Well, way to go, Vernique. Still to come, tonight's feature, an international ballet show. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. There's more news in a moment.
In case you missed the news or want to stay ahead, subscribe to our YouTube channel or follow us on X, TikTok, Instagram, or Facebook.
I love to save. You love to save. We all love to save at Super Value and Quality Supermarkets. Chef Boyardee spaghetti and meatballs, 15-ounce, $179. Seabass chunk tuna, 5-ounce, 2 for $189. Hellmann's mayonnaise, 30-ounce, $7.79. Boneless chicken breast, $2.99 per pound. Sweet strawberries, 1 pound, $5.99. If you love to save, you will love Super Value and Quality Supermarkets.
Known for chick charnies, pine forest, blue holes, and crab and doe, a visit to Andros is a must. In fact, one young Androsian touts it as the ideal getaway. Antoinette Smith takes it from here.
It's a chance to get away and escape the noise.
If someone just wants a nature tour, if someone wants to go birding,
they can find it all in Andros, according to local entrepreneur Malika Clare. She's the owner and proprietor of Andros Picnic Getaways, an experience she dreamt up in 2023 and brought to life thanks to a grant from the Small Business Development Center.
the men come, they fish, and the ladies are left bored with nothing to do. So I saw a need and I tried to fill it. So Andros Picnic Getaways has been fully operational from November 5th of last year.
And there's something for everyone, Malika says, from those who enjoy multi-course meals or just simply enjoys a good view.
We have cabanas, we have cushions, we have tables, and our tables are made out of Andros pine. So I try to keep everything local. The food we serve is Bahamian. The music we play is Bahamian. So that's what our romantic sunset retreat would look like.
Overall, Malika says she's just hoping to share with persons passing through the big yard her little slice of Andros, hopefully leaving a lasting impact that'll make you want to come back.
Andros has so much to offer as far as the different ecosystems, as far the people alone would make you want to stay and come back. So I would like to do my best to showcase everything that Andros has to offer, and not just the international guests as well. A lot of locals don't know the beauty of Andros.
And with that, the big yard awaits. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Antoinette Smith.
Well, it's time now for a check on Family Island weather with Chief Meteorologist Basil Dean. Good evening, Basil.
Good evening, Patricia. We have partly cloudy skies, temperature at 70 degrees, relative humidity 68%. We have easterly winds at 10 miles per hour. The barometric pressure 1,022.4 millibars, that's 30.19 inches. And your temperatures around the Family Islands this evening, they are brought to you by Family Guardian Insurance Company. We protected you. 71 degrees in Freeport, Grand Bahama, and Greenville, Key and Abaco, Marsh Harp, Abaco at 69 degrees. The Berry Island, 72. Alderstown, Bimini, 74 degrees, 71 in Harbor Island. Rock Sound, Eleuthera, 69 degrees. Fresh Creek, Central Andros at 70. Picking up some 71s in Kemps Bay, South Andros, Black Point, Exuma, and Alderstown, Cat Island. Also, San Salvador and Rumkey reporting 71. Georgetown, Exuma at 72. 73 in Ryegate Island. Clarence, San Long Island, Crooked Island, Betsy Bay, and Acklands. Matitown in Agua, 76. Turks and Caicos Islands at 73 degrees. And your boating forecast tonight is brought to you by Builders Mall, home of FYP, the Tile King, and the Paint Center. In the Northwestern Islands, those winds remain easterly, 12 to 18 knots. The wave height 3 to 6 feet over the ocean. Now, your low tide, that will take place at 1:31 in the morning. Now, for the central and southeastern islands, a more northeast to east component, the winds are a little stronger at 15 to 20 knots, wave heights 4 to 7 feet over the ocean, so caution flags are in place for the central and southeastern Bahamas. And then Saturday through Sunday, caution flags are up in the northwest and central parts of the country. The winds are going to be southeast at 12 to 18 knots, wave heights at 3 to 6 feet, high tide 7:51 in the morning, the low tide at 2:16 in the afternoon. For the southeast Bahamas, Saturday through Sunday, southeast winds 15 to 20 knots. Those caution flags continue with wave heights at 4 to 7 feet. That's going to do it for your boating forecast. It's time now for your international temperatures, and they are brought to you by Royal Star Assurance.
Boyfriend just the other night, he had you snatched up, y'all really tight.
And that's going to do it for your international temperatures, brought to you by Royal Star Assurance. But stay tuned, your extended weather forecast is still ahead.
Every time I see ya, I pick the golden.
Want to have your voice heard? Send your letters to the editor to digitalmedia@znsbahamas.com. Share your thoughts on current events or positive stories within your community. That's digitalmedia@znsbahamas.com. We want to hear from you.
For hurricane season, we got impact windows and doors. For protection, just come to our store. Plus we got tiles to pretty up your walls and your floors. We'll help you brighten up for that big bad storm. Porcelain tiles, blank tiles, mosaic tiles, a variety of styles. Before teens get right, they gotta be rough. That's why we got the best deals in the whole Bahamas. Hey, hey.
Join us for the rebroadcast of the 2024 Anthony Huck Williams Jr. Junkanoo Parade, Saturday, February 17th at 1 p.m.
This is ZNS Total Sports.
Welcome to your ZNS Total Sports Check Friday, everybody. I'm Marcellus Hall. The headline for last night's GSSSA Hoops playoff is simply blown leads. 3 of 4 victories were the result of comebacks in the game of the night. Senior girls action, C.I. Gibson versus C.I. Walker. The second seed Rattlers, they took a double-digit lead into the fourth quarter, only to see it evaporate late with just seconds remaining. Third-seeded Knights went to the charity stripe for a pair of free throws, down 52-53, sinking both of those. Knights took the lead 54-53. After Rattlers timeout, a drive to the hoop resulted in a jump ball call. Possession to the Knights with 8.8 seconds remaining. Inbound pass intercepted by C.I. Gibson. That eventually led to a defensive foul call. C.I. to the charity stripe to tie or go ahead with just 6.2 seconds left to go in the fourth. She misses both attempts. The underdog Knights running out the clock for the 54-53 win, much to their fans' delight. Now, in the other game where the fourth quarter comebacks decided this one here, victories in junior boys play. Anatol Rogers, Joshua Russell's 27 points assisted his team in defeating the Sharks of S.C. McPherson 49-43. In junior girls play, making some halftime adjustments here, Coach Pharrell Clark Davis, her CH3's squad clawing their way back to defeat D.W. Davis 27-23 your final. And finally, in the feature game, senior boys, Anatol Rogers, they led from start to finish, defeating C.C. Sweeting Cobras 71-59. So here's your GSSSA Basketball Championship Series matchups. Junior girls, H.O. Nash against C.H. Reeves. Junior boys, Anatol Rogers will take on D.W. Davis. Senior girls, C.B. Bethel versus C.I. Walker. And in senior boys play, Anatol Rogers versus C.I. Gibson, a rematch of last Friday's undefeated game. Championship games start next Monday at the Kendall Isaacs Gym. Now, meanwhile, the remaining 2 championship series to be decided in the BISSS will be continued today at the Kendall Isaacs Gym. On the junior girls side of things, St. Augustine's Cause, Big Red Machine, they'll square off against St. John's. We're going to take all game 3 scenario here. Same situation, senior girls division. This time it will be Kingsway Academy Saints and St. John's Giants looking to see which of them will be crowned champion. And we end on a bit of a sad note tonight as the softball sporting community rocked by the passing of one of its legends, Van Lil Joe Johnson, succumbing to his battle with cancer yesterday evening, leaving many to mourn his passing. Charles Fisher has the story.
He represented the Bahamas on various national teams. Say the name Lil Joe around the ballpark, and everyone know who that was, Van Johnson. Short in size, but big in stature on the field. Always the life of the party. The native from Savannah Song, Eleuthero, passing away at the age of 60. A longtime friend, Brian Ninja Neely, himself a former national team player, saddened to learn about his friend's death.
We played softball at the highest level. We had rivalry against me and him and his team out of Nassau when I was in Freeport, Grand Mama. We played on numerous national teams together for this country. Lil Joe was a guy that loved the game of softball. He loved the game of softball, and he played at every level there is. When I moved back home to Eleuthera, we became closer than friends. We became like blood brothers, you know. We called each one another most every other day, you know, and we all just talk with softball.
Former teammate for many years with the Truckers and the Outlaws, Marvin Toogie Wood remembers his friend this way.
Definitely we have lost our brother, one of our own, Von Joe Johnson. The softball community has lost a legend. You know, Lil Joe was small in size, but when you see him, you could swear he was 100 giant, big in stature. Lil Joe was very instrumental, a very key piece in the Truckers organization and also the boys organization, fast pitch, slow pitch, modify. You know, Lil Joe was big, good heart, never afraid to teach, lend a helping hand where he can, speak his mind. You know, we definitely gonna miss Lil Joe.
Eleuthera native and former broadcaster here at the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas, Julian Toll Package Gibson, saying Von stood out on the field and among the best to ever play the game.
Growing up in Eleuthera, everybody in the softball circle would have noticed that Von Johnson potential for softball was great. He moved to Nassau, and his career really took off playing with the Budweiser Eagles under the leadership of Richard Johnson. Von could be considered probably in the top three with speed, getting from home plate to first base. If he laid on a bunt or slapped that ball, boy, there's no guarantee you could get him at first base. Von had a lot of speed. If he slapped that ball in the gap, that was an automatic double or automatic triple. Von had speed. Von also had guts. He was one of the smallest, shortest guys, but Von didn't back down from nobody. When Von came to the ballpark, he had his face makeup. It was all about game time, being serious, being dedicated to the sport of softball.
Von Lil Joe Johnson, dead at the age of 60. Condolences going out to his family, from the softball family and the ZNS Toll Sports family.
And that's your check on Sports Free here on this Friday. Don't go anywhere. We do have that final Friday weather look just ahead. Stay with us.
This is ZNS Total Sports.
Health is the greatest gift. That's where we come in. Bahamas Medical and Surgical Supplies is a premier distributor of medical equipment, as well as medical and surgical consumables. Our engineers are always on hand, providing top care service that saves lives. We carry a wide selection of over-the-counter and prescription items, IV fluids, and other injections. Our products are state-of-the-art, and our entire team stays on top of cutting-edge technology. With more than 2 decades of dedicated service, Bahamas Medical and Surgical Supplies continues to be a trendsetter and innovator in healthcare. We have set ourselves apart by truly caring for our customers. We understand the intricacies of healthcare, and we produce spectacular results. We cherish our partnerships and nurture our friendships as we continue on our quest to help everyone maintain that wonderful gift of good health. Find us on 95th Terrace, Centerville, and now located in the Lucaya Shopping Center of Freeport, Grand Bahama.
Oh, see a shark right there.
The smell?
Yes, I got that. I checked that off. The weather's perfect. The food's great. People are very friendly.
A week of live shows and the latest news, as well as reveal the untold narratives through the eyes of Biminites, as well as share with you why people from all over the world come to this beautiful island. Join us on February 12th through the 16th from 3 to 4 p.m. only on the ZNS Network.
There ain't no place with better diving than Bimini.
We have undersea adventures right here in Bimini.
Immediate Response went to New York, Houston, and then to Atlanta to locate, celebrate, and feature outstanding Bahamians making waves throughout the USA. In February, Immediate Response flies across the pond to broadcast live from Grand Ole London. Join the ZNS radio and TV network as we interview Bahamian movers and shakers in and around Great Britain as Immediate Response continues spanning the globe, identifying standout Bahamians making their mark internationally. For more information on how you can be a part of the Immediate Response Global Series, call 502-3800 or email phoenixinstitute@gmail.com.
Sponsored by Fidelity Bank Bahamas Limited, the Royal Bahamas Police Force, the Ministry of Tourism, Checkers Cafe, the Ministry of Environment and Natural Resources, Bahamas Retina and Eye Care Services, Bahamas Harvest Church, the Bahamas Development Bank, Battery and Tire Specialists, AFD Management, Tiki Bikini Hut, the Financial Intelligence Unit, Javon Medical Center, Cafe Channing Noel, and by Art Development.
We are here in the time of need. There's no discrimination. The mission is to relieve the suffering. We volunteer, we deliver care. With donors and partners, we're always here to turn compassion into action. Protecting life and health with our training throughout the years. We empower to heal the world. There is hope, assistance with disasters. There is shelter and love for our people. We can work together to help those in need. So volunteer with us and donate to show you care. There is hope, assistance with disasters. There is shelter and love for our people. We can work together to help those in need. So volunteer with us and donate to show you care. Together, let's build a more resilient Bahamas. Community farming for food security. Climate programs suited for our island country. Together, let's build a more resilient Bahamas.
This message brought to you by the Bahamas Red Cross Society in conjunction with the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas.
What does disability look like? In a busy airport terminal, at the check-in counter, at security checkpoints, or even in baggage claim? Passengers with hidden disabilities often go unnoticed. Globally, 1 in 7 persons have some form of a disability. 80% of those disabilities are non-visible. In an airport environment, workers are often unaware of hidden physical, mental, or neurological disabilities that some passengers live with. This can lead to frustration and a less than ideal travel experience. So, how do we make the invisible more visible? At LPIA, we've implemented the Sunflower Lanyard program. The lanyards are visual cues for airport workers to immediately identify passengers who might need additional assistance. NAD is teaming up with the National Commission for Persons with Disabilities and key stakeholders at LPIA to launch the internationally recognized initiative. We're joining more than 180 airports and 26 countries already in the program. NAD is the first organization in the Bahamas to recognize the Sunflower Initiative. It's a way to show our continued commitment to making LPIA a safe, welcoming, and inclusive airport for all. Passengers needing to secure a free Sunflower lanyard can email sunflower@nas.bs or call 1242-397-8600. For more information, visit www.nassauLPIA.com.
Time now for weather.
In our final look at weather, a warming trend expected over the weekend with temperatures rebounding back into the 80s during the daytime, but that will be short-lived. Early next week, we have a frontal system that's expected to drop down into the northwest Bahamas on Tuesday, and that will bring some cooler conditions on Wednesday, which will also be short-lived. Now, tonight, we're looking at simply partly cloudy conditions, a bit on the mild side, with a low temperature at 67 degrees, and tomorrow, breezy in the morning, otherwise mostly cloudy with a high of 77. Extended weather forecast, pretty nice weather. Those winds are going to be moderate heading into the weekend. And as we promised you, temperatures getting up into the 80s starting on Sunday, and that's Super Bowl Sunday. And we're going to keep those 80s right into Tuesday. But come Tuesday evening, a frontal system moves into the northwest Bahamas. We'll see some cooler temperatures as we head into the middle of the week. Temperatures in the low 60s during the nighttime, and those daytime temperatures will once again fall into the mid-70s. Makishla.
Well, thanks, Basil. Dinner and a movie. Well, sort of. This Valentine's, what better way to say I love you than treating your significant other to an experience originally only available in the City of London. This year, London's world-renowned Covent Garden Dance Company is bringing the ballet to the tropics at one of New Providence's most exclusive communities with one goal in mind: to spread the love. Lloyd Allen has this preview.
Well, Valentine's Day is just a few days away, but if you're looking for the biggest show in town, it's all going down at Old Fort Bay, where London's Covent Garden Dance Company is putting on the ballet show of a lifetime.
They're coming in from all over the world, so what we've created is an iconic cast from around the world, from all of the major companies. So we've got dancers coming in from the Royal Danish Ballet, Norwegian National Ballet, Stuttgart Ballet. It's going to be a phenomenal performance.
That's London Covent Garden Dance Company director Matt Brady, who's adamant that this show could really only be held here in the Bahamas.
We specialize in taking beautiful and unique locations around the world and bringing world-class ballet and dance to it. And we'd like to open up our dress rehearsals to the local dance students and ballet students. But it's really about just bringing dance theatre out of the theatre into beautiful locations.
Brady says a part of the company's vision is to showcase ballet in non-traditional spaces and introduce the art form to many who otherwise would not opt to explore the world of ballet.
Our flagship venue is at Hatch House in the UK, which is in the southwest of the UK. It's a 17th century Dutch walled garden that we cover and create a 450-seat dinner theatre. We've been doing it there for about 14 years. But we've done it in Dubai and before COVID. We actually started here before COVID, but we were also trying to work with Chateau Chenonceau in France. So anywhere we could find a really beautiful, wonderful location and a hungry audience for world-class ballet and dance, this is what we dream of.
He also explained what patrons can expect this coming Wednesday and on Friday when the encore will take place, as the stage has been conceptualized to wow.
The theatre is a 360-seat dinner theatre, so you arrive, you have a glass of champagne or whatever you want to drink, you sit down and have your starter, and then after the starter we do half an hour performance, and we do 4 short works in that half hour, then you have your main course, and then we do another 4 short works, and then your dessert. And by the end, I'm really hoping the audience are going to walk away going, we have to book next year. In fact, I know they will.
Brady says he has met a number of enthusiasts as well as officials from the National Dance Company of the Bahamas, all of whom have been doing great work in the industry. He says Covent Garden Dance Company simply wants to add to an already thriving ballet arena in the Bahamas. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Lloyd Allen.
And that does it for the Bahamas Tonight. Thank you for continuing to make ZNS your first choice for news and information. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better than ZNS. From all of us here at ZNS, thank you for watching and good night.
You're watching the ZNS Network.